So it is very nearly March, which means it's time for another clear the list, goals, review, update, video thing. You know what I'm talking about. And this is kind of special because March is exciting for two reasons for me. Number one, Women in Language is happening on the 8th to the 11th of March. So that's really exciting. And number two, as soon as that's over, we're off to our very last country in Latin America. Like the one that has been like the pinnacle all the way through when our plans have changed and shifted and all of this jazz. This one's been the one of like, no, we have to go there, Paraguay. Now, I know this is really weird, right? Because for a lot of people, and when we've definitely spoken to people that have been kind of traveling either in the other direction or one way or another, and you say, oh yeah, then we go to Paraguay, and people are like, oh, okay. And you're like, for a month, ah. And that's the reaction generally. It's not one of the countries that everyone visits when they come to South America. It's not one of the countries that is like put up there as like this pedestal of like, oh, Holy Grail you must go to. And I think that's kind of what drew me to it in the first place. But the main reason that we're going there is because of language, and that language is Guarani. So not long left for me to learn before we actually arrive finally. And that meant that February was really just focused on that one language. So previously I'd been kind of mostly focused on Guarani and then having like little bits, mostly just like with memorizing stuff for languages for Southeast Asia where we're heading next. And February that didn't happen at all. February it was just Guarani, 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 like all day, every day, mostly. But here's the other thing, right? So February was a big month of kind of movement, and we didn't really know what was going to be happening. When we went to the Galapagos Islands, which, side note, amazing, we left on like the 2nd of February, so we kind of started there, and then we knew we were going to go to Ecuador and then down to Peru, but the plans were kind of open. And actually, as it turned out, one of our friends who I know from Montreal was in Ecuador at the time. So it was like, okay, so now we have to go there. And so we kind of changed our plans a little bit to make sure that that happened. And then Carnival happened because it was the start of like that Lent Easter period thing. So we were kind of like stuck for that. And then it was like, okay, and now we're in Peru. So yeah, February was very kind of unplanned. And this meant that although I had like the best intentions and the plan of like really going in with Guarani, it wasn't until we actually arrived here in Cusco that I was able to really do that and get into that properly. So I had a couple of lessons. I did the Italki language challenge this month, and I think this is the first one that I've not like completed fully, and it's kind of disappointing, but also not my fault, if you know what I mean, because we were moving and we didn't really know where we'd be. So I did what I could to begin with, and then it was like, okay, when we get to Cusco, I'll be able to just blast out and do all the lessons I need. And then I got sick, thanks altitude. And then my tutor had to like shift some lessons. So then that didn't always happen. But I did do 8 or 9, including this morning, 8 or 9, I forget. But I was very close to my little goal of 12, but not quite there. So that's a little bit annoying, but hey ho, it happens. What can you do? But the nice thing is that I'm booked on to a course, a Guarani course, for the kind of first full week when we're there. We arrive on like a Tuesday. So the week after that, I'm doing a whole course in Guarani in Asuncion, which I'm very, very excited about. So hopefully that will like consolidate everything. And I think actually it's going to be the first time that I've spoken Guarani with people in real life. You know, like my tutor, all of that's been online, and so it's really unusual to have, like, I've been doing this since May 2017 now, so that's almost a year, and I've had no human contact with this language. So it's like, it's crazy. It's really unusual and really exciting at the same time. So yeah, most of March is going to be completely focused on that. That's like the 2nd week of March when that's going to happen, maybe the 3rd week, I think. And then we're there until like a week into April or just after, and then we fly across to Asia. So March is going to be complete Guarani focus, and things to do on my little to-do list for that include the course. Primarily, that's my big kind of focus with it all, and then everything surrounding that. So, you know, bringing in, like I've been doing lots of writing in the evenings when I've had my lessons to kind of prepare for the next day. So that's been really useful. So doing a bit more of that perhaps. Duolingo, I really want to finish that course. Like, I'm so close. So my goal is to finish that before we get to Paraguay on the 13th of March when we arrive. So that's a little bit of time just to really get that in the bud. And then also kind of keep going with memorizing Closemaster. I've finished the Closemaster course, but I haven't done like all of the refreshing, so it's not like you've mastered this number of words, you know. So keep doing that, just ticking stuff over, and then yeah, we'll see what happens when we get there. I'm leaving it quite open because who knows, I could get there and everyone speaks Spanish to me and and no one wants to speak Guarani. We'll see what happens, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good fun. She estudia avanyei hashe aha Paraguay pe jasi hasi ko jasi hasi este mes ha she hita jasi feliz. I can say more stuff than that. I've been learning a lot about adverbs and stuff, questions, negatives, that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's all over there on my computer. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. Just a quick little update video. And I want to know about you though. What are your goals for March? What are you doing this month? Oh, I should mention, if you're stuck, if you're thinking, what should I do this month? I don't know. First of all, come to Women in Language. It's going to be amazing. 8th to the 11th of March. Details in the description. Second of all, join the Instagram language challenge this month because it's a little bit special to kind of celebrate this going to Paraguay with Guarani and being really excited about that. I wanted to share, or you know, to try and share some of that joy that I've had along this journey with this language with you this month with the Instagram language challenge. So this month is a little bit different. It's focusing on lesser studied languages, and you've got the chance to do like a week's worth kind of 4 times over. So, you know, just thinking about what language, where it's spoken, how many speakers, finding some resources, and then making a little video at the end of each week to just kind of summarize what you've learned, if you know any words that you've just discovered, and just learning about these languages as well as just flat out learning the words, you know, because that's useful on one hand, but I think a lot of the time when it comes to like a less big language, it's really important to learn about the culture and everything that goes along with that. So that's the Instagram language challenge this month. So yeah, join me over there, and again, link in the description to that as well. And that's it from me for this month. As always, remember to subscribe for regular language learning videos, and I will see you very soon. Thank you, bye.